I want to thank everybody for tuning into a special edition of Steel City Sports, where I'm your host, Luther Dupree. Got my partner, Mike Migliore, Claudio, Smoking Jim Frazier. Great guests in the house tonight. I can't wait to get to the show. But first, before we do it, we got our Steel City news. Magic Mike, what you got for us?
Oh, I got to decide which side of this thing I have to peek around to see the camera here. But when I was young, in the 70s, it was a great time for boxing. The heavyweight champions were great fighters. They were always great fights because they fought each other, like Ronnie Lau, George Foreman, probably the best heavyweight fight in history. The thing is, Muhammad Ali would beat Joe Frazier, and George Foreman would beat Ronnie Lau, and then the next fight you would see would be Ali against Foreman, because that's kind of how it works. You sort of worked your way into those fights. This year we had, Tyson Fury gets in a draw with Deontay Wilder. Wilder really beat him up pretty good. And then you got Anthony Joshua defends his title against former Boston Red Sox David Ortiz. And he beats him. So now the next fight up normally should be Wilder against Ortiz, right? But no, instead you got Wilder against Tyson Fury again, and you got Joshua against Ortiz again. Well, Fury and Wilder, that might be a pretty decent fight, I guess. But you watching Ortiz fight Joshua again, would be like watch the Pirates play the Reds. If it was in your backyard, you'd pull down the blinds.
Ruiz pulled the upset out of the thing. Claudia, what you got for us?
Along the same lines, but in baseball. I'm very grateful, to, as I always say, to be doing what I'm doing in baseball, coaching, scouting, the instruction, talking about it, writing about it, all that. In the 70s and 80s, those guys would have destroyed the players today. The skill level has gone down. Yes, they're bigger and stronger. They're not faster. They look better. Look at Anthony Joshua, look better than the guy that he lost to.
I didn't think
but
so.
The swings are bad. Yeah, there you go. The swings are bad. They're giving way too much hype to the pitchers. And you say, well, what about the numbers that they're putting up? And I always say this. If Smoking Jim or whoever calls me up and says, let's go play golf today, and Smoking Jim's a lousy golfer, I'm a lousy golfer, somebody's got to win. Somebody has to hit a home run. Somebody has to hit a double. Somebody has to win a World Series. But I have something to compare it to. When I look at the 70s and a piece of the 80s, forget about the steroid era, but the 70s and 80s compared to now, the skill level is nowhere near what it was then. The coaching is horrendous, what's being taught. The X and O's of the game, there's no bunting, no stealing, no nothing. It's nowhere near what it was when I was growing up. I knew what I wanted to do August 19th, 1973. I was 8 years old, went to my first Pirate game. I knew what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. I saw the attitudes, the character those guys had, the way they carried themselves. They were flashy, the Dave Parkers, the Stargels, or the Ricky Hendersons, later on the Reggie Jacksons. You don't see that anymore because it's being squashed. There's nothing, in my opinion, if I was 8 years old now like I was then and went to my first game, was attracted to the game, if I was 8 years old now, I don't know if I would be, I know for a fact I would not be as attracted to the game as I was then.
All right, Smoking Jim, before we say that, we got to put a disclaimer out here. The words you're about to hear reflect Smoking Jim's thinking and don't reflect mine, Mike, Claudia, or anybody else you're going to hear. That being said, go ahead, Smoking Jim.
Can we please give a nice hand for my best friend and model, Princess,
I thought you were talking about me.
Another big hand for Hall of Fame photographer Frank Favis is in the house. I tell you what, I took a lot of heat last year when I was the only one on the planet that predicted the LA Rams would go to the Super Bowl. Now I'm telling you that the most talented team in the National Football League right now is clearly the Cleveland Browns. But Cleveland ain't never going to the Super Bowl because the only sign of life in Cleveland is a sign that says Pittsburgh 120 miles. Cleveland's known to be the mistake by the lake, the drive, the fumble, and Cleveland's always getting it wrong. LeBron James and Kyrie Irving was wrong for leaving Cleveland. Steve Harvey's from Cleveland. He crowned the wrong Miss Universe. Don King is from Cleveland, and they was wrong for letting him out of jail. Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall is coming back to America, but Arsenio Hall ain't never going back to Cleveland because Drew Carey said the price ain't right. Cleveland ain't never going to the Super Bowl because they can't beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. Big Ben is 19-2-1 against the Cleveland Browns. Listen, Pittsburgh is the city of champions because we never lost a legend. Mario Lemieux never left Pittsburgh. Sidney Crosby, Roberto Clemente, Willie Stargell, Mean Joe Green, Jack Lambert, Terry Bradshaw, and Big Ben. You never left Pittsburgh because everybody knows the old adage is true. Once you go black and gold, you never go back.
All right, Smoking Jim. Hey, Smoking Jim, before we bring our guests, we had a show last week, the Pound for Pound, and you went and really embarrassed yourself. Do you want to go back on those words? We had a show, you said Anthony Joshua was the #1 heavyweight, was the #1 pound for pound. I'll give you a chance to redeem yourself.
Well, I tell you what, Anthony Joshua
is a bum.
Anthony Joshua reminds
Has no chin.
me of Joe Louis, who got knocked out by Max Melling, that came back to beat Max Melling, that went on to hold the title for 140 consecutive months. I ain't good at math, but that's over 10 years, brother, and that's who Anthony
Every
Joshua
time we talk
reminds
about
me of.
Anthony Joshua, you bring up a legend. No, he's not Joe Louis. No, he's not Muhammad Ali. He's an overrated UK fighter, just like Frank Bruno, like I told you last
Frank
week.
Bruno.
He will not beat Ruiz again. He was scared of Deontay Wilder. I see why he didn't want to fight Wilder, because Wilder would have killed him, just like I told you. Joshua has no chin, he has no movement, and he was a fake paper champion. You can stand corrected, Smoking Jim.
Maybe
we
he
can
was
do
the
this
best
again.
pound for
He's
pound
a bum.
that day.
No,
Maybe
he was
his
never the
gym was right
best
that
pound
one
for
day.
pound.
He lost to a guy who had a
Never
lot
the
of
best
pounds on
pound
him.
for pound.
Buster
Jim
Douglas
is
knocked
over
out-
this.
Buster had
Buster
skill.
Douglas knocked out my good friend Mike Tyson. He came back and won the
Buster
championship.
He
had
didn't
skills.
lose to Buster
Lennox
Douglas.
Lewis got knocked out by Oliver McCall and came
And
back
he's
and
not
won the
Lennox
championship.
Lewis.
Then got knocked
Stop
out by...
throwing out these legends, Smoking Jim. He
No,
is
he
not
only
that.
carried
He
4
is
belts
not.
and an Olympic gold
Who did
medal.
he beat for him, Jim? He beat a 42-year-old has-been.
Prince Charles Martin.
Charles Martin, who's a bum. He's not worthy of it. I don't want to hear Anthony Joshua again.
You
He's
guys
finished.
said Andy
He's completed.
Ruiz was a bum.
There we go.
Now you found out that the guy got...
No, but
Jim,
Josh was a
this
bigger
is the
bum.
guy you said was the next Muhammad Ali, getting destroyed out there.
a
All
bigger
those
bum.
muscles, all the steroid use that he's doing, it didn't work. He lost to Butterbean. He just knocked him out all over the place, man.
Biggest
Come on.
Mexican I ever seen. He eat more than refried beans, I tell you that.
That's
Hey,
not,
listen,
That's
and-
not David Ortiz.
Ruiz, look at
to get
this.
that
And those aren't
Just
even big
punishing him.
punches. Those aren't even big
He
punches.
got up every time, too.
And he quit.
He got
and he
up every
quit the
time.
4th time, Jim. Let it go, Anthony Joshua.
He'll win the rematch.
fraud.
He signed the rematch. He'll
Not
win
unless
the
it's in the
rematch.
UK, where the fix is going to be in.
He'll go to Mexico to fight.
All right, well, listen, we just wanted to run that clip, Jim. You had to redeem yourself, and I guess you still won't do it. But we do have some guests in the house, but we got a model, Jim. Who we got in the house?
I tell you what, I am so blessed. This young lady got more talent than anybody I ever seen in my life. She got the heart, she got the mind, body, and spirit, and she just happens to be my best friend. Big hand for Princess.
Princess, take a walk up there in front of the counter. Let them see you.
Yeah, go to the mic,
You
go to the
got
mic,
him,
go to the mic. Yes. Princess, once again, once again, thanks for helping us out. Can you just tell the viewing audience a little about yourself, or you want to give your social media out? Just tell us what's going on since the last time you were here.
You can find me on Facebook. Nakomis Bell.
Half Indian.
Half Indian, half Trinidadian.
Elizabeth Warren.
Okay, all right.
All the cane.
All right. Well, thank you so much. We do have some guests in the house. We are a pleasure. We were trying to get them here since they won the WPIAL. You know, they blew the doors off. They came back. They was on a revenge tour. Nazareth Prep, come on up. Come to the mic. We got some plaques. We have awards for them. Listen, this is what their 3rd year in existence. And they went from not making the playoffs to not having a team, not making the playoffs. A couple years later, they got the championship. We got to start it off with the coach. Coach.
Coach's name.
Okay.
Brazil, and I'm the head coach over at Nazareth Prep for the boys high school basketball.
All right, Coach. Before we get to the players, now you came out of Perry, right?
Yes.
Back when Perry was good.
Yeah. A lot of legendary guys came through there.
Yeah. Now, and then you went overseas. Just talk about your experience. I know you won a couple MVPs overseas in France or whatever.
Yeah, so I'm born and raised on the north side.
Okay.
I attended Perry High School, but back when it was Perry Traditional Academy.
When they were good.
And we had some great players come through. And I always tell the funny story is that I never made Perry's basketball team. So I actually didn't play for them. I tried out in 9th grade, got cut, tried out 11th grade, got cut. And I actually really started playing over at CCAC with Coach Bill Shea. So,
That's the man from New York.
That's my guy. He taught me a lot, really helped me grow as a man and a basketball player. So I played 2 years there. I ended up making All-State and All-American, and I got recruited to go play at Kutztown up in, near Allentown and Reading. So I played there for 2
Andre
years.
Reed.
Andre Reed.
Andre Reed, John Mobley. There's somebody from the Cowboys.
Mobley was a heck of a linebacker.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Somebody
I
from
know
the
it's hard. I
Cowboys.
know it's hard, Coach, to make Perry because all that recruiting they did over there.
I think what they benefited from being a magnet program.
Right, right.
Everybody wasn't real. There was only like 1 or 2 magnet programs. It's kind of like the Alderdice of today. Everybody, all the people
Oh,
in the
man.
city want to go to Alderdice. Back then, everybody wanted to go to Perry. So
You got a former Dragon on your team now.
yeah,
So not everybody
yeah.
was.
Yeah, so after I left finished at Kutztown, I got an opportunity to try out overseas in France,
Okay.
and it turned into a 9-year career. So,
Oh man.
Thanks for your service with all the. Now just talk about the process of turning this team. You know, for you all didn't have it because it's a young school, maybe what 3 or 4 years old.
This is the 5th year in existence
Okay.
for the school, and
You gonna get anything right,
when
Lou?
I,
I got more right than you, Anthony Joshua.
this was our 3rd year in the WPIAL. So when I got there, the school was in its 2nd year in existence.
Okay.
And they only had 9th and 10th graders, so we played a JV schedule.
Okay.
And then my 2nd year was our 1st year in the WPIAL, so we had 9th through 11th graders. We took our lumps definitely that 1st year. I think we were about 2-19.
Yeah, it was rough.
We won, I think, 2 games in the WPIAL. And, but we had a promising freshman class that year, so we had about 8 guys who were freshmen that year, and they actually did really well in JV and got a lot of experience in varsity. And then, so I knew that once those guys mature, we would have a chance to be pretty good. And then the next year, which was my 3rd year, we made the playoffs. So we went from 2-19 to making the first round of the playoffs, and then we lost in the first round to Propel Andrew Street. They had a pretty good team. And then this year, we had a couple new guys come to the school, plus the guys we had there. So everything came together. I mean, it was really fun. It was exciting to have a chance to coach such a great group of guys and so much talent. And we were able to make history. So
Okay. That's
it was
a
a
heck,
great
from
accomplishment.
2 wins to a championship. That's
Yes,
pretty
sir.
impressive. Hey, we have awards for everybody. Let's bring up the seniors first.
Okay.
All right. And can we run some clips as well? Say your name and position so the viewing audience, whoever one of y'all.
All right, my name is Trey Harvey. Play shooting guard for Nazareth Prep.
Okay.
My name's Hassan Ismaili. I'm also a guard from Nazareth Prep.
Okay. Now, man, Trey, I want to talk about, of course, the championship game. I mean, you just came out on fire. You all were on a revenge tour because you all lost to Ascension twice?
2 times in the regular season.
Right. Just talk about that. I mean, you just came in hot on fire. I think you had 17 in that first half, Trey.
I mean, in the warm-up, in the first interview we had, I said I was already feeling it in the warm-up. And then playing on that court, there's more space around, so it was easier for me to get my shots off. And
It's a
I
big
don't know, I
court.
was just feeling it. Yeah, it was a
Okay. Now, because now you had some experience. I know you were on that Alderdice team that went to the
9th,
state.
10th grade.
Okay, with your cousins. Okay, so you just took it to another level. You was used to the winning. All right. Hey, let's talk to Hassan. Hassan, man, that also in that championship game, man, your defense was incredible. I mean, you'd be on one side of the court, and then you would just come to the other. I think you must have had about 5 or 6 steals. Just talk about your season, man. I mean,
Well, this was actually my first full season playing. I didn't play my freshman, sophomore, or junior year, really. So
why
I was
just?
injured,
Oh, okay.
like, consistently. I was consistently getting injured, and I don't know, the coaches that I played for in my junior year, like for a few games I played, they really didn't give me the opportunity. And coaching mine, I knew him since I was like in 6th grade. He gave me the opportunity to play, so I just felt like this year was going
I
to
don't
be
know
a
what was
good
on
year.
those coaches' mind because he was definitely a beast on that defense and just created all kinds of havoc, man. I love the defense that you guys played, man. But we're gonna get the juniors, definitely the seniors. Now, there was, what, four seniors, right, on the team? Or-
Eugene Goodwin and Karan.
Karan. Okay, all right, let's bring up the juniors.
The whole team.
That's everybody, right? All right, we'll say your name.
All right. My name's Jabril Johnson, and I'm a center.
Okay. Now, where were you at before? You said this your first year?
Yes, sir. This is my first year, going on my second year at Nazareth Prep. 9th through 10th was in Obama. I've been there since middle school and some of my high school years. So Obama, there was a great school, and they helped me with my education, but Nazareth Prep, it really changed me as a player and as a growing adult. So I just had to take my my skills and my development and just use it wisely.
That's what's up. All right.
I'm Will Taylor. I play shooting guard and
Come up to the mic a little more. Come up to the.
Will Taylor, shooting guard and forward.
Okay, all right. Now, you also had a couple high more. You, scored 1,000 points this year?
Yes.
Okay. What does that mean? I see you're the first in history, right, at your school to do that.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. Well, to me, being on this team, it's just like a family. We all work together as hard as we can. So, yeah.
All right.
Since
all right.
nobody else can get a question in, my man, how tall are you?
6'6",
Wow, what size shoe you wear, bro?
size 18.
What was your name again so we get your award?
Jabril Johnson.
All right, Lou, you didn't make up a
Looks like you lost another one. Jim loses a bunch of stuff. We'll get it to you, though. Let's keep going on. All right.
Chill. All right, my name's Nehemiah. I play point guard, shooting guard.
Coaches, sir.
Yeah,
How much pressure is that playing for your dad in high school?
it's not really pressure. It's annoying sometimes. Thank you.
Hey, that's what Bobby Hurley and all those guys used to say. So that's good. But just let's talk about it. I mean, this season was pretty incredible. Now, you went all 3 years?
Yeah, my second year I got injured, but my first year we went from losing every game, like we was like happy about like when we lost by 20. So like we went from losing every game to winning a championship. So yeah.
Man, that's a crazy turnaround. All right. Who else we have?
I'm Marcus Johnson. I play forward.
Okay. Let's talk about the season and your experience. Have you been here all 3 years? Or?
Yes. So, like what he said, the first year we won 2 games and we were happy about losing by 20. Then the next year we start winning more games and made it to the playoffs. And we were kind of excited for doing that. And then the next year we won. So
Who'd you guys play in the championship this year?
Vicentia.
Okay, if y'all play Gateway, y'all be still happy to lose by 20.
Gateway didn't win anything, man. With that Gateway stuff.
Yeah,
If you play Gateway, he'll still be trying to recruit
all
you.
league.
Gateway's terrible, man. Hey, let's get the freshmen and sophomores up together. Freshman, sophomore, just come to the mic. Step to the mic. All right. Good.
My name is Emmanuel Dawson, and I play center.
Okay. All right. What's your height, man? You grew since the last time I saw you, man.
Yeah.
What's your height now?
About 6'5" now.
6'5". Okay. Okay. All right. Who else?
Are we good? All right, you gotta put it down a little bit. My name is Mekhi Barrett, play point guard, and I just feel like this season was very exciting, and it was a big turnaround. Well, this is my first year, but I heard they went to the first round playoffs last year, and now we're WPIAL champions.
All right. Now, what are you working on for next year? Skill-wise.
Skill-wise, shooting, better dribbling, and footwork, and defense.
All right. All right. Yeah, got some guys to replace. All right. Who's next?
My name's John Craven, and I'm a shooting guard. Call me Smooth
Jim
John.
will figure it out in a minute and get you an award. All right, who else we got?
I'm Jaden Gales, and I play power forward and center.
All right, what year?
It's my first.
You're a freshman.
Yeah, freshman.
Okay, all right.
See
Wait,
some
freshman.
ID. He look like he's 21, man.
Freshman year, y'all got a championship. Hey, listen, we got a packed house. We're going to talk to all you guys in a few minutes, but let's give it up for the WPIAL champs. Nazareth Prep. step to grab a seat. Jim, who else we got? Who else we got in the house? Smoking Jim.
I tell you, man, I tell you what, since the Pittsburgh Steelers backstabbed Santonio Holmes,
Backstabbed him?
the Pittsburgh Steelers, they are cursed. They'll never win the championship, but that's okay. The best football team in the city of Pittsburgh is right here. Two-time national champions. I tell you what, great semi-pro team. The NFL scouts ought to start scouting these guys. They can play on Sunday. Big hand for the Wildcats.
Come on up to the mic. All right.
We don't have no certificates for them, Lou.
No, they're going to introduce
Ran out of
themselves,
ink.
though.
You ran out of ink.
You couldn't figure out who it was anyway, so. Hey, can we step to the mic? Can you tell the viewing audience your name, position, coach, or whatever?
My name is John Ray. I'm the owner
of
the WPA Wildcats. Since 2011 we started.
Okay.
We're like 114 and 14 or something like that. 2 national championships. We're in week 4 right now. We're 4-0 or 3-0, right? Yeah, 3-0. We had our game, lightning storm, canceled this week. So
Okay.
we played a team that beat us the last 2 years in the championship, the Columbus Fire, this Saturday. So we need some redemption this week. So
Okay. Where's the game? Where's the game at?
our home field is New Kensington at Valley Stadium.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where
And
we
you
play.
play your home games on Saturday, right?
Yeah, our home games are Saturday nights. Yep, 6
And so
p.m.
you win on Saturday, but Valley loses on Friday.
Easy. I coach. I actually coach at Valley now. But yeah, we're trying to get better out there. We got a lot of changes this year. Like I'm going to be offense coordinator, so should be a little better.
All right, we'll see what happens. All right, who else is here? Let's go with number 23. He got the arms out. The 23.
Adam Henderson, defensive end. I've actually been here since day one.
You all natural?
Absolutely.
Look at these guys. I went and saw Godzilla today. These guys could be his stunt doubles. They're huge.
Yeah. All right, who else? Somebody, 89?
My name's Matt Hauber. I play wide receiver, and this is my first season with the Western PA Wildcats.
Okay, now where were you at? Where'd you play before?
I only played, actually, funny you should ask, I played 1 season. That was my 8th grade season, and then I stopped after that.
And then you just jumped into semi-pro?
Yes, sir.
Ooh, okay. All right.
I'm Joe Martin. I'm the defensive coordinator. I also coach at Gateway High School.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about, Lou.
Yeah, y'all don't win championships anymore, so you get hype about that.
When I'm there, when I'm here, wherever.
All right. Who else is here?
Here come a Hall of Famer right here, baby.
My name's Morty Ivy.
Morty.
Former.
Of course. Give a stand in your face, Lou. What you sitting down for, man?
Since we were talking, I'm the defensive coordinator for Gateway, and we did win a whippy on it, just so you know. I'm also the starting DN / quarterback for the Wildcats. I am a former Pittsburgh Steeler, so and West Virginia Mountaineer.
Okay.
All right, my hero.
I got a question for you.
How you guys doing today?
He said he ain't wearing the uniform. He's going to come. All right.
Yeah, you said black.
Hey, we said black.
I said black. Yeah, I'm Wade Powell, number 21, Wildcat, about 5-year veteran. DB, receiver, gadget player, whatever you need.
So you the Willie Beeman of the team?
No, not Willie Beeman. We don't use that name around here, man. We don't use that name right here.
He got
But
good
I'm just the gadget.
He got good peripheral vision. See, peek at
Yeah.
Princess.
Yeah, I got everything, man.
He checked everybody out.
Look, what I see is what I see. What I see is what I see. I'm just saying I can see a lot. But yeah, I'm just here to facilitate whatever they need. I also do punches too, so yeah.
All right. Now, a question about semi-pro, because we have a lot of kids that watch. Do you all get paid for this, or you all playing out of love of the game? Players, coach, owners, whoever wants to step in there.
No, so they do this pretty much for fun. You know, we got old guys like Morty.
He old.
He just doesn't want to give it up, which is great. We love to have him. But we also got young kids that come out of high school that didn't get that chance in college, so they come with us to get some more film, maybe try to get into college. And we got college guys that come, a lot of college guys that try to get more film also, to try to get to the next level, like Arena, CFL. And we had a guy that played on a team around here that went to the NFL. So there's still chances. Like a lot of guys just think semi-pro is just backyard football, but it's not. I mean, there's a few teams around here that are pretty crappy. But we got a lot of D1 college players.
Are you going to name those?
Yeah,
I'm not going to name
listen, I'm going to ask the question. There's a lot of local teams, and they're not all playing each other. Why is that?
Well, a lot of them wouldn't.
And a lot of them are calling you guys out.
Yeah, but they would never play us. That's
right.
Ask the teams to play us.
We actually got 4 of them, well, 3 of them on the schedule this year finally.
Oh, okay.
So they've never beat us before, but
we got to come out.
Oh, we definitely got to come out. What teams are those?
They are the.
No. I'm just asking. We see the schedule. I'm just asking what teams.
There's the a team from Mon Valley.
Okay.
Called like the Sabres.
Okay.
We'll probably beat them by 70.
Ooh. He's bringing the heat.
I said it. A team from what's that green team down? The Spartans. Strabane. They've never beat us before. Who else we got? The Wolves.
The Wolves.
Westmoreland Wolves. They've never beat us. We'll probably beat them by 30 plus. The teams around here we pretty much use as practice teams.
Oh my!
Get ready for the Ohio's, the New York teams.
You guys a lot of times go to Florida for the championship.
Yeah, we went to Florida, Daytona.
Wow.
Okay.
2 years in a row. We beat Detroit Ravens, and we beat the New York Sting. New York Sting. They were both ranked number 1 in the country. We beat them both.
Okay.
And who was your quarterback last couple of years?
Last 2 years we've had Paul Jones. He got
Stowe
injured.
Rocks.
Guess of the
Penn
show.
State.
Guess
Yeah.
He's still with us. He's still with us. He
with
got
y'all?
injured. That's why Morty's been.
Yeah, I saw Morty.
Morty's
He played a
been
little linebacker and then was quarterback.
Yeah, he surprised a lot of us. We didn't know he still had it.
I think Paul Jones' senior year at Stowe Rocks, he was the only one that was academically eligible, wasn't
Always gotta hate, right? Always gotta.
Yeah, Paul's still with us.
So, but is Paul gonna be able to come back this season? It's not a season ended.
He landed on his shoulder, so we're hoping it's not.
So Morty's going both ways
Morty's doing it right now. Yeah.
How many games are your season?
We have 12 this year, and then playoffs. We're on week 4.
I remember when Morty was better than Tony Morelli in high school, man. Yeah, quarterback, yes, sir.
Good question. What's the yellow ribbon?
Which one?
The yellow.
The yellow
this
ribbon.
is for our number 1 cameraman, number 1 fan guy, Frank.
Frank
For his nephew.
Famous.
Okay.
Childhood cancer. That's for his, we support his nephew that passed away from it.
Say Joey Strong.
Joey Strong, yep. We do a lot of stuff we can in the community. With not making money and stuff, it's hard for us to give money, but we go to the Children's Hospital twice a year at least, just hang out. We take a Friday off work, spend a day there, do stuff like for events like for Joey Strong, Carissa's Army, stuff like that. You know, just little stuff, what we can do, you know.
How long does a guy usually stay on the team? Is there a lot of turnover? Does he stay 5-6 years?
We have our core usually
How long-
stays together.
Yeah, he's been there the whole time.
Yeah, he's been there since 2011. But our core guys, like we got Dana Brown Jr. from Kent State,
Another friend of the show.
Darnell
Dana.
Harding, Morty, Wade.
We've all been pretty much.
You know, we've had a core together, but we bring in new guys every year. That's how we stay atop. We just don't get comfortable.
Now, years and years ago, I know Johnny Unitas played semi-pro with the Colts, I believe, and Lenny Dawson.
After the Steelers cut him.
Yeah, and I think Lenny Dawson. So that's still that's still the same league?
The league's probably changed, but it's still it's gotten bigger. Like semi-pro 10, 15 years ago, there was like 10, 20 teams. Now there's like 1,000 teams.
How far do you guys travel?
When Johnny Unitas played, he never left Bloomfield. They travel.
Rams,
all over.
Bloomfield Rams.
Yeah, they travel all over.
Yeah, we travel everywhere.
Oh, you everywhere? Okay. Now, is there a conference that you guys are in? Or?
Our conference is in 4 Pittsburgh teams.
Okay.
That's our division. But we got this week we got Columbus Fire. Last week we were in Canton. Week before that we were in Cincinnati. We got teams from Detroit, New York, Erie, Michigan. Yeah, Michigan's in our league this year. So yeah, we're pretty much right here, and then we win this league. That's when we'll go to Daytona Beach.
Okay.
And play another league championship.
Good, good.
See, Jim come in dressed in orange and black, kind of like to support these guys, but it says Columbus right here across the street.
I seen that. I seen that. They're orange and black too. So
I like that. Hey, one more time. So what's the website if people want to see the schedule and learn more about that?
WPA Wildcats with a Z.
Okay.
.com.
Okay. All right,
Yeah, if you go on there, everything's on there.
All right.
I know you didn't want them on the show, Lou. I'm glad they came, aren't you?
Of course I wanted them, man. You know, we support all Pittsburgh teams.
Thank you.
Definitely. Hey, thank you guys for coming on.
you,
Give it up
guys.
for the Wildcats, two-time national champions. Hey, let's jump to the phone lines real quick because the lines are blowing up. Caller, say your name, where you're calling from.
Hello,
Hey, say your name, where you're calling from.
this is Joe Shelby from Munhall.
Hey, how you doing,
What's up,
Joe?
What's happening, gentlemen? How are you?
Good.
You're all looking great.
Appreciate that.
Thank you, sir.
The oil slick filled in Lawrenceville, Arsenal Park. I played on that, and so did Johnny and his brother Joe Unitas, who did lighting on the Night of the Living Dead, the original.
Man, I didn't know that. That's great.
Yeah, he
They used to
played for
oil. They used to oil that field down, right?
Oh yeah, there was broken glass. You name it, it was there. You played on it though.
I heard about
I got plenty of battle scars from that.
it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right.
But I just wanted to comment on Steve Blass. I hope nobody thinks bad of him because besides being a great player, he also supported the Latino and black players. And somebody made a dumb comment about something he said yesterday. And
That's why I didn't wear no jewelry today.
well, there you go. But I believe he's retiring at the end of the year, so
Right.
I guess he can make comments if he wants.
That's true.
But I still got that bid in there, 88 wins for the Pirates.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's looking
you know,
bad,
You know
Joe.
I'm a professional gambler, and I got a heavy money on the Pirates losing 79 or less.
Yeah, that's looking bad
Ooh,
right about now,
man.
Joe. That's
You
that's
said,
not good.
lose
you
my
said you
house.
got 88 wins for the Pirates. We'll assume about 40 of them are in baseball. What else are you going to do?
You know what, though? Having said that, Joe, again, I think the league is so bad that they possibly could, I don't know about 88,
they ain't getting
not 88,
They ain't
but they're going to do better than they should. Like I said, years ago, the NFL had parity, if you remember. Now, everybody's just mediocre. Everybody's just mediocre. So, but who knows what they'll do?
Well, when they hit 88, Mark, I'll be calling you guys.
All right.
All right.
Sorry we won't hear. This will be the last time we hear from you then. Hey, thanks for calling.
Take about
Call
3
anyway.
years.
All right,
Call
gentlemen,
anyway.
Have a good night.
All right,
Bye,
Joe.
man.
Hey, let's stay on the phone. Last caller, say your name, where you're calling from.
That's it.
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air. Say your name, where you're calling from.
This is George Harvey.
Cook, what's going on, George?
What's going on?
All right, man. We finally got the team on here. We were trying to get them on for a while. They finally came through.
I appreciate you. I appreciate it.
Oh, there go that cricket.
Jim just ripped the whole time, man. Hey, Cook, we know you followed this team, man. Just talk about your experience, with this team, watching them grow and all the things they accomplished.
Yeah, we definitely watched them grow, man. Last year, I became a part of the program. My son Trey came over from Alderdice. He was in a bad situation from there. They had him sitting on the bench, which was hard to believe.
Crazy.
Coach gave him an opportunity to come. He's made some great friends. I think the team, as William Taylor said earlier, it's like a family. Great watching the guys. They work well together. So proud of them. Everybody who came to the show today, everybody who didn't make it to the show, I just want you guys to know that I'm proud of you guys, and the sky's the limit. And most importantly, keep God first and make sure you maintain that. You're doing on better, man. Guys, have a blessed day. And before I go, Mr. Luther Dupree, could you please tell my son my jumper is on point.
Oh,
Respect on my name. Man.
Hey, for real, yeah. He definitely, his jumper was definitely like that, man. You got that naturally, man. George, I think his might have got you, Trey. I don't know. He was a beast. He was a beast out there. I got to give it to him. So once again, man, thanks for the call, George. And I do want to ask Trey a question about the situation because, you know, we followed Alderdice. We interviewed you when you were there. But just talk about how you stayed motivated, how it wasn't working out, and you stayed positive in your ability. Just talk about it, Trey, how you can encourage somebody else who's not getting the time they should be getting.
Well, my 9th and 10th grade year, I didn't play on the varsity team. I played JV. The senior team was kind of stacked.
Yeah.
My first year there, they had the little Twin Sanity thing going on. I don't know, but they had they went
Cousins
to the state,
and Creighton.
They went to the state,
right?
They went to the state championship game, lost there, but and then my 10th grade year, I was thinking, all right, I might play varsity now, and then I don't know why, but just so happened I didn't play varsity, and I wasn't like mad about it at first, but then like no disrespect for like the people that got on varsity 10th grade year, but I thought I could compete with them.
No doubt you could, yeah.
So, and then transferring to Nazareth Prep, I already knew Coach Nehemiah and then the assistant coach, Coach D.A. So I was playing for them for an AAU team called Perseverance. And
Okay.
I had played in this little summer thing with them my summer going into 11th grade. And my dad and then we're playing around like, what if you, I don't know. But
you just stayed confident,
yeah,
though,
I just
right?
stayed confident through it, and then coming here was a good thing for like also education and basketball also. And yeah, I guess that's.
All right, so now where now you go? Is it what's in your future, Trey?
I'll be going to Carlow University. I'll be studying in.
That's what's up.
Thank you.
All right.
I'll be
So
studying
it all worked
animation,
out.
Video editing, and minoring in business, and I'll be playing basketball there also.
Okay, that's what's
So
up.
you said video editing?
In animation, yeah. Also with Eugene Goodwine, he's not here, but he's going there also.
Okay. Y'all can keep it going.
Yeah.
You know what I
Hey,
mean?
before you leave today, come talk to me.
All right.
I make a lot of movies, so maybe we can work something out.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, Trey, and you know, as we follow Dice, I think, you know, this year that's one thing they were missing, a point guard. I was like, man, you know, if they had you in there, that really could have helped them.
I'm still cool with the coaches too. Like,
Right.
I don't have a problem with them. They congratulated me on the WPIAL championship,
And y'all, everybody won, so
Yeah,
it
yeah.
all worked out.
we're fine.
But that's what's up. That's what's up. Again, the number to call, 412-231-2288.
Is everybody cool with Central's coach?
You always got to throw something out there. He's caught up in something. We'll see. I thought Buddy was going to get that position, but
Still might.
he still might if that position opens back up. Hey, but any other seniors want to say, you know, what's in your future?
I'm currently undecided.
Okay.
I'm gonna make my decision within the next 2 weeks, but I'm just thinking about the season. I'm glad that I came here. If I didn't come here, I probably would have no looks, no
Right.
offers, nothing.
So where were you at before? Were you?
Well, freshman and sophomore year, I was at Penn Hills.
Oh, okay.
And I was injured even through like middle school. I started getting injured like 5th, 6th grade, and
Okay.
I ain't played basketball like a full season of basketball since then, like from 5th grade to 11th grade. And 11th grade, I transferred from Penn Hills to Westinghouse.
Okay.
And I played 11 games and got injured again. Missed the rest of
Okay.
the season.
Oh, you played with Big James.
Yeah. Big
Okay.
James.
Okay.
Yeah, Duquesne.
And
Duquesne.
we made it to the second round in the AAA state playoffs and then lost. And coach took me out, and we started like, I'm not taking nothing away from my teammates, but I feel like if I was playing, I could have helped, but we lost by like 2 or 3, and then he ended up leaving Westinghouse, and then I transferred to Nazareth Prep, and it worked out.
Worked
so
out good.
I don't regret none.
Worked out good. All right. I got to go here, man. You know, we talked about all the positive, but, man, I know one thing that's going to hurt y'all is I know y'all could have got Maness in that game. What happened? Look, we followed you all. It just seemed like something was off from the very beginning. You know, I don't know. What happened that game, Coach? I'll let you start off. Then the players could jump in. Because it seemed like before the game, I'm like, first I was like, where they at? I'm like, I beat them here. I'm like, man, this don't look good. And it just seemed like y'all was just it was just one of those days. And what happened, Coach? I mean, if you could tell
I
us.
definitely don't want to take any credit away from Nesson because they play hard.
They play hard.
They were definitely motivated to win. I think that one of the things that I spoke to the guys about throughout the season was that it's different going from being the hunter to the hunted.
Right,
and,
right.
We experienced that our first game at Cornell. We had climbed to the top of the rankings for single A. And I didn't even know, before the game, I didn't even know we were ranked number 1. But apparently people know. So
Right.
there's extra motivation to prove now yourself against who's, quote unquote, supposed to be the number 1 team. And we got beat up pretty bad. And they started off well, and it just kind of snowballed. And by the time we got our feet up underneath us, it was too big of a lead to overcome. How good was that Maness 9th grade guard? I know he's transferring to Bell Vernon. He's really good.
Yeah,
I think his biggest attribute is that he has no quit. Like he fights and he scraps, and it may not be pretty.
He'll go in there with the
sometimes,
big
but
boys
he's
and get a
effective.
rebound. Yeah, I was impressed with him.
Have nightmares about 3 offensive rebounds that he got.
Yes, he
and
just
put
went in
back.
there and
I mean,
just
he
got
went in
it.
there with the trees and missed shots. He put them back, and losing by a couple points. Those were pivotal plays. And he's the type of kid that I've never seen him with his head down. I never see him get discouraged. I think he takes a lot of risks and he takes a lot of chances. And sometimes he may fall short, but he makes it up because he doesn't blink. You know, he just keeps playing. So for a guy to be his age, being a freshman, and have a heart like that,
he was
and
impressive.
a motor like that, I was pretty impressed. I was watching him on film, and I kept hearing about him, and I was like, well, you know, he seems like he can make a lot of mistakes. I felt like with our experience, we probably can force him into some mistakes and take advantage of it. But when we got out there and started playing,
Yeah, he could break down the press. Just him. He was. I mean, I was impressed with his handle and everything.
Out there with him, and those intangible things really helped him. And I think us, we were on such a high after winning the championship because we were talking about redemption.
Right.
We had a chance to play 3 teams from our section to get to win the WPIAL championship. We had a chance to redeem ourselves against Cornell first, and then because they beat us the second time we played them. And Vincentian beat us twice in 2
Right.
close games. That could have went either way, but credit to them, they made the plays down the stretch that we didn't make. So our focus was getting there, and then to have the performance that we had, and Trey Harvey capping it off the way he did. I mean, we were on the top of the mountain. So going through that for the first time, it's a new experience. It was a new experience as a coach, players, and I could see that we were having a hard time getting back up. You know, and we would try to, you know, we went and scrimmaged a couple teams, and you know, we kind of performed as if, you know, we kind of were comfortable. You know, and I was, you know, use language that they aren't used to me hearing, used to me saying, to try to get a new fire. You know, and it just felt like the season got long, and I started to think about when the pros talk about those college guys that hit the rookie wall.
Right.
I felt like we kind of
hit the wall.
Hit the wall because when we played Shade, we had like 5 guys that were sick, like literally like flu-like symptoms and not able to practice. And I think Will, like 3 minutes into the game, he's like dry. He even looked like he's about to fall out. Trey was sick. Gene was sick. I mean, I'm getting calls from teachers at school like we have Gene in the office and we're giving him orange juice and you know he's not feeling. I mean, literally. So it just seemed like that energy that needed to be there wasn't there, and then the details of making the plays that matter coming down the stretch. So we missed free throws down the stretch. We didn't finish layups that we were able to finish. And like I said, no discredit to them, and that's in their battle. But I felt like we definitely should have and could have had that game. We just didn't make the plays that were there.
coming down the stretch for whatever reason.
Okay. Any players want to weigh in on that, specifically the Menneson game?
Why would they want to talk about
Yeah, I
that?
mean, just talk about, because I want to get your perspective, man, because I was expected yeah, all right.
So before the game, like he already said, we was feeling sick. We was down. We got out there. Half of the team was downstairs, still getting taped up. It was taking a long time. We got upstairs. It was like 4 guys up there. We was doing layup lines with 4 guys. But definitely, we felt like we were playing for a real long time. And like he said, like a rookie ball. It felt like we already accomplished what we were supposed to. Now, like we got to keep going as hard as we can, but we couldn't, obviously. So yeah.
Okay. All right. We did want to give 2 Player of the Year trophies away. I mean, all you guys were great, but we selected Trey, Harvey, and Will Taylor.
I didn't vote.
Jim, make sure it's the guy's trophy. Jim might have gave you the wrong one. I'll get it fixed. But Jim does that.
All of them say player of the year, though.
Look at the symbol on the top. There's a girl on top. All right, hey, all right, man. See, education is important.
You see a
Jim didn't go. Jim didn't go to a lot of classes. Oh, stay at the mic.
Which
Jim didn't go to a lot of classes. I'm glad you guys are going to classes, getting your education, so y'all could tell the difference. But you know, it was great watching you guys. Like I said, 1,000 points. That's history. Trey, that game, 31 points was terrific, man. But just watching you guys, man, it was an honor. Can't wait to see what you guys do in the future. Any words you want to say, or shout outs to family members?
We coming back for that thing again.
Oh, say that in the mic.
We coming back for that chip again.
Okay, all right. Again, number to call, 412-231-2288. I did kind of want to ask a question to the football players.
About time.
Well, you want to jump in with all your jokes. I want to talk to Morty. You know, Morty Ivy. You don't remember this, but Turkey Bowl, I think you probably was a junior or senior. I caught a nice touchdown on you at East Allegheny Field. You don't remember it.
Remembers that.
But I did. Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
How come we ain't got no highlights of that?
Somebody, I don't know. Back then it was little mini DVDs, and you know he wasn't that big. We were playing bareback. I just put a move on it. You remember that, right, Morty?
Bareback.
Not at all.
You don't remember that?
Not at all.
I was a lot thinner. I was a lot faster back then, 15 years ago. That's neither here nor here. But Morty, when you go back talking to Gateway and you're talking to the kids, I know you had that experience, semi-pro, and also the professional level. What advice do you give them? You know, when everybody thinks they're the next level on Bell or Big Ben, or what advice do you give them that you can give our viewing audience as well?
I mean, the main thing is you got to work hard, you know, and it's dedication. It's a lot of hard work. I mean, even just playing at the collegiate level or in coaching, because I'm a coach now in high school, it takes a lot of time and preparation and making sure your body's taken care of and ready to go. So, you know, I stress to the kids that I coach that even if you want to make it to the next level, which is collegiate, you got to take this like it's a job and put full commitment into it. And if you're not ready for that, then it's not for you.
For the kids at Gateway, it is a job. Paycheck and all.
Hey, let's jump back to the phone. Last caller, say your name, where you're calling from.
Hey, gentlemen, it's Kelly Russell.
What's up, Kelly?
How you doing, Kel?
Hey, fellas. Hey, I actually had a question, and Morty somewhat touched on it, but I wanted to know what pieces of advice could the semi-pro guys offer the high school kids, either in regards to, you know, getting ready for college, going to college, or even life?
What kind of question is that?
It's a great question because
It's a great question, Kel.
You know Jim just loves to hate, man. He's all right.
Wait, what did he ask? What's his question?
What pieces of advice? I'll make it sports related. But what pieces of advice can the semi-pro guys can you offer to those kids as they get ready to go? You know, deal with high school and go on to college and things like that.
I mean, if you want to go from high school to college, you know, and even just by semi-pro, but like I stated before, you got to put time in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a grind. And even coaching-wise, like once we hit the season, like we started mini camp, we basically be at the stadium for almost 4 or 5 to 6 hours a day. And that's just preparation, getting yourself ready for the week. So it's a grind. You got to put in the time and keep God first.
Okay. Let's get my man number 23. You know, on the same question.
First of all, what high school did you go to?
I went to Trinity.
You went to Trinity?
Yeah.
Okay.
I played with Ed Dalton. I don't know if anybody knows him.
I don't know Ed
Yeah, I'm
Dalton.
old too with Morty.
The only thing we know about Trinity is Washington and Jefferson plays in that stadium.
Based on that question, it's all hard work. But you got to put the time in the books too, because you see the stats. Not everybody makes it.
Right.
So you got to have something. So you're putting in, it's a grind. Like when I went to Slippery Rock, you're waking up at 5 a.m. You got training in the morning, speed, weightlifting, all this stuff. You go to class all day, then you go to practice, and then you go to study hall. And it's just nonstop. You're getting back to your dorm. It's 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. You got to get up and do it again at 5 a.m.
My cat could get a good degree.
It's a grind, and you got to be mentally prepared for it. It's more mental than anything.
So how many days a week in the off season do you lift?
Me, I'm old now. I only go like 4 or 5 days a week. I used to go 6, 7.
You said only 4 or 5 days a
All
week?
right.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, I take more often. You got to have rest
Yeah.
too. I mean, I used to think like you had to go every day, 7 days a week, constantly, but your body needs rest. You got to take care of it. I mean, you got to get the work in. I go to the chiropractor, I get massages, the whole 9 yards. I mean, you got to take care of your body. I mean, it's a brutal game.
Hey, Kel, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. You have any other questions, Kelly?
No, those are some great answers. I just want to wish all the young men at Nazareth Prep good luck next year if you're coming back to high school. Good luck in college, and to the men playing semi-pro, go win another championship.
Hey,
And to my
Kelly.
fellas-
Hey,
Oh,
Kelly.
go ahead.
Hey, Kelly, before you go, we got 2 coaches here from Gateway. Give a shout out, buddy.
Shout out to the coaches from Gateway. Hey, Morty's always been cool with us back when he was in high school. I don't know if he remembers coming down to Crawford Grill with Justin King and Jay.
Yeah, Coach
What
Terry
was the
Smith.
one? Yeah, Terry Smith and Jay. I can't remember the wide receiver's name, Jay. But always been a big fan of Morty. Always been a big fan of Morty.
About 500 people came out that night to see
Oh,
them
man,
guys,
yeah,
man.
it was packed.
Jim, did you say your cat could get a degree from where? Slippery Rock? And you went to Cal? And you know CAL is not how you spell
I
cat,
was a
right?
general studies major.
You know the CAL doesn't spell
Hey,
cat.
Kelly, man, appreciate the call.
All right, Kel.
Go ahead, fellas. Thanks. Y'all have a good one.
Hey, thanks, Kelly.
As we wrap up, I do want to give, some of the young ones a chance that haven't talked. If you want to give any shout-outs or thanks to the parents, because we're wrapping up on time. Who has the mic? We can start with that. Go ahead. You got to stand up. Yeah, stand up.
Chill, I got you. I have my own brand. It's called Brains and Ballers. You can look me up on Facebook. McCaff presents Brains and Ballers. So yeah.
What is
You said braids?
Brains.
Brains and Bob. Okay.
Yes.
What is that? What is your brand?
So I came up with the name because I love school. I maintain a 4.0 GPA.
Okay.
And I love playing basketball.
That's what's up.
So on my page, I give shout outs to my parents so they can keep up the good work, and I have events. My last event, I was on the north side. I passed out hygiene products and snacks to the homeless.
Okay. Oh
for
man.
you.
All right. That's kind of tough to follow up, but somebody got to follow that up. Jabril, you ain't say nothing in a while. You just give a quick shout out, whatever.
17 shoes.
If you want to put it, tell them.
All right.
First and foremost, I want to shout out Coach Nehemiah Brazil. You know,
Oh yeah.
I'm
gotta give a
gonna
shout out
say,
to
listen,
the
so ninth grade year, you know, just coming from Slam, you know, that was a terrible team. We was bad, like bad. Like we lost all our games, we won that one. And if we did win one, we'd be happy about it, go get pizza or whatever. But one day, Coach Nehemiah pulled up on me at the bus stop, and he was like, "Do you have a AAU team?" I told him no, so he said, "Well, we want you to come on my squad." And ever since I've been playing, but Perseverance is the team. So ever since I've been playing with Perseverance, you know, he's been developing me mentally, physically, and emotionally. So he helps me prepare my mind for games. He tells me don't get too frustrated in games. And Perseverance is like a family to me. You know, Old Taylor, Nehemiah Brazil, Marcus. You know, they like all my brothers to me, and they like family.
Are you a
so-
senior?
Oh yeah, now I am.
Where-
I become a senior. So
You be a senior next year, or you're a senior
this
right
year.
now?
This year.
Where you going?
I will be a senior. Yeah, we're becoming a
This
senior.
coming year, he's gonna be a
So I'm
senior.
be a senior this year. Yeah,
He's
this
going to be
year.
a junior after he's a
So,
senior.
We got to keep an eye on him. We gotta keep an eye on
Yes,
him.
Jim. Yes, he said that for 10
So,
minutes, man.
yeah. they like my brothers to me. They keep me motivated and they keep my mind straight. And I love all my guys. So yeah, shouts out to them too.
Okay, that's what's up. Marcus? Okay.
Any rappers in the group?
Oh, okay. That's what. Coach.
All right, so I just like to shout out Coach Nehemiah because I've been like under him since like the 4th grade. Like I've been playing AAU with him since 4th grade, and he actually prepared me to go to high school and actually come to Nazareth Prep. And you know, he taught me how to like dribble the ball mostly because I remember like he said during AAU practice, I was just lost, like staring into space, not even paying attention to basketball. And he actually taught me like, you know, focus on basketball because it's what I want to do whenever I grow up too. Like I want to proceed to go to the pros.
Well, there's 300,000 people watching the show right now that never heard of your school. Where's it at?
Nazareth Prep is like near Amsworth.
That don't
Right on
give me that.
65.
Right
Yeah,
on Ohio River Boulevard.
That don't narrow it down.
Right by
Yeah.
65.
65 on Ohio River Boulevard. You still get lost anyway, Jim, so don't really.
It's not close to Gateway. Just tell him that.
By the
It's not
McDonald's.
Monroeville.
Get lost on the turnpike.
Hey, okay, we got. Coach wants it real quick. We got 1 minute left, fellas. Real quick.
One thing I want to say is these guys, they're great athletes, but these guys are great students, and we always emphasize being the student first. And,
Okay.
I mean, we had guys, honor students, guys who were
4.0 back there,
4.0, high honor roll, on track to go to college, whether they're playing sports or not. So I definitely wanted to shed some light on that because I know sometimes there's a stereotypical view that guys are just basketball players.
Right.
But these guys are students. They're great young men. I don't get calls about behavior.
I believe it. Hey, Nehemiah, we're out of time. I want to thank Nazareth Prep. I want to thank the Wildcats for Smoker Jim Claudio. Mike, I'm Luther Dupree. We'll check you out next time. Peace.
Good job.